A mantra is usually the name of one's chosen ideal, which is a Hindu concept that doesn't really translate very well into other religions. But what that says is something in our nature draws us to a particular aspect of God, and generally that aspect has a name, sometimes a form associated with it, although not always a form. So the mantra is the name of that deity that is most pleasing to us, plus a few additional added syllables, which are sometimes referred to as mystic syllables, that is given to us by the guru when we have initiation. That initiation is strictly a way to get us started on the road to practicing the presence of God, using the mantra as a vehicle, to do that. So what the mantra does over time is it helps settle the mind, so that then after some time we can actually start to even really think about meditating. But it's more than that. It's not just preparatory. Mantra practice is a lifelong thing, because some people say that there's a certain power in those words, in those names of the Lord, and that power ends up permeating your whole being if you do a lifelong practice, so that it assists in your transformation, shall we say, into a more godly person. Mantra practice is greatly misunderstood, I think. People think that they can pull it out of a book or whatever. I mean, that's fine in the beginning, but when the guru actually transmits a mantra, there is a certain spark that goes along with it that you're not going to get from anywhere else, because it has something to do with life touching life. And that spark then is like, you have to kind of shelter it, cherish it, blow on it a little bit, whatever, through your practice to get it to kind of flame up, okay? Once it's going pretty steadily, and you know what it is, that you can see that indeed the mantra is making changes internally. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. It might take a long time, okay? But it's working at a deep level. And after a few years, as a matter of fact, I remember I talked with a bunch of friends of mine after about 20 years, okay? And we said, okay, so what's happening with your, and it was like everybody looked at one another and said, yes, something is definitely happening. It was very interesting, because I thought, when I raised the question, I thought, okay, am I opening a can of worms here or what? But no, everybody agreed that as long as we stick to the practice and we do it devotedly with love and daily, or more than daily, do it all day, every day, whatever in between, that you're working on, that you don't need to be speaking, or you don't need to be using your mind particularly, then do your mantra practice. If you're at work, do it over lunch, or, when you go to the park, or, whatever, when you're driving to and from. Mantra practice is something that introduces a kind of a current, a constant current throughout your life, so that it helps level out a lot of the peaks and valleys of the emotional upheavals that people go through. So I would say that if you're inclined to do mantra practice, yes, by all means, pick up something. If you can find a guru, great.